Hi guys, and welcome to video software demonstration. This is version 08.5. First off, I'm going to show you logging into the administration and adding some agreements for the operators to sign. So let's get logged in. So now I'm logged in. It's asking me for a one-time access code, and that's been sent to my phone. There we go, and it's 129274. I click sign in.
Commander is online.
And that's us logged into the system now. This is the overview of the administration out of the dashboard. First things first, what I'm going to do is go to settings and go to agreements. This is where we can add an agreement for the operators to sign. I've already pre-prepared some agreements, so I'm going to put them in now. So here I have some agreements that I've already prepared. What I can do is copy this and paste it into the agreement. This one is the service level agreement, so I'm going to paste that in here. So this one is the service level agreement, and then here we choose the sector. It can be operator, a client, or an administrator. So I'm going to select the operator. This is the agreement that I wish the operator to sign. So I just click submit, and that will add an agreement. So there we go. Now I've got one agreement on here. This is the service level agreement, and the agreement section is for the operator. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add one more agreement, just so you can see. We can add as many agreements as we need, but for now I'm going to put on a non-disclosure agreement as well. So I'm going to paste this in here, and this is the non-disclosure agreement. Okay, and the section again is going to be for the operators. Obviously, if we pick administrator, the administrator will have to sign the agreement. Client, the same. And this one is for the operator. And we'll click submit. There we go. Now we have two agreements ready to be signed from our operators. Yeah, so now we've got our agreements in place. What I'm going to do now is, and a big thanks to Mark Thompson from Latio Surveillance for letting us use his information. I'm now going to sign up as if I was Mark, and put all of his information in, his SIA number, and I'm going to run through that now with you. Okay, so now we've come back to the login page for the operator, and you can see here we can type in our details to log in, but just at the bottom it says don't have account, let's register. So I'm going to register with the system. Okay, so here's the application form. Basically it's every piece of information that you could require: mobile number, mobile dates, SIA number, short biography, address information, personal social media, health information, any languages spoken, hobbies, national insurance number, criminal records, if they own a company, if they own a private company, the company information, service details, the forces attended, and the ranks. Then we've got sector selection, where they can pick which sectors in the security industry they wish to apply for positions, and the login information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed this part up. I'm going to sign up as Mark. I'm going to fill in all the details and then restart the video from there. Okay, so I've been through and I've fully completed the application form with Mark's details. Obviously for privacy reasons I've changed his address and other information, but I've kept in things like the SIA number and business details. So now we've filled in this application form, I'm now going to apply. We click apply. There we go. So now we've now applied for the system, and now we can log in with the username and password we've just give. I used mark@videosoftware.com and provided a password, and I'm going to log in with that now. Okay, so now I've logged in. You can see that these are the agreements that we set up earlier on. This was the service level agreement. As you can see, this is copy protection. When I click into the agreement to highlight it, it won't let me highlight it. The screen goes blank until I click off it again. That's just to protect the agreement itself. So now if I try and copy this information, this page, or press the print screen button, I will instantly be logged out and the administrator of the system will be notified. But what I'm going to do is I'm not going to try and copy this page or copy any of the information. What I'm going to do is just sign it quickly. I agree. So I'm signing the service level agreement. Sign that. Non-disclosure agreement. This was the second one we put in. Obviously, we can have as many agreements as we want for each operator to sign. And I'm going to sign this one. There we go. Sign that one. I agree. Sign document. Okay. So now we've signed the documents. We are now allowed in to fill in our mission critical information. Okay. Then I have to upload my education, my qualifications, my employment history, any references, and any evidence such as driving license, passport, proof of address, E111, record of service, SIA badge, data protection certificate, DBS, CV, birth certificate. All these documents can be uploaded by clicking here and selecting the file that we wish to upload. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop this and I'm going to upload some evidence and upload some more information, and then I'm going to come back and go through it. Okay, so I've went away and I have uploaded some basic information for Mark. What I've done is I've added education, just one education. Qualifications, I've uploaded one qualification just for demo purposes. Employment, I've put in HM Forces. References, I've put in a mechanic from Halfords. And evidence, I've uploaded an SIA badge, but I haven't uploaded a file for the driving license and passport, just to protect privacy. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to upload a picture for Mark as well. So let's change the avatar, choose file, let's go back to Mark, and there he is there. Okay, I'm going to crop this like that. There we go, and done. Okay, let me save that. Okay, now we've got a profile and we've uploaded all of our information. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to log back into the administrator and I'm going to run through what the administrator sees now that the profile has been uploaded. Okay, so now I'm logging in the administration section now. I've already put the email and password in. Sign in. Okay, I'm now online. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to go to the applicants and pending applicants, and Mark should be in there. Yes, he is. You can see it's 95% complete. If we click on him, we can view his details. This is the profile for the user. From here you can see we can accept and decline, view his address, we can check his company information, 7 Shotley Bridge. Okay, we can view him on company's house, click that. Okay, yep, we can see that there, 7 Shotley Bridge. That looks okay. We can search by company's house by postcode. Right, obviously we've put a false address in, so that's not going to show up there. But if we search by name, yep, that's showing up, 7 Shotley Bridge. Great. Okay, so here we have the SIA check, and because we've put Mark's SIA number in, when we click this, this should automatically do an SIA check, and it should come back valid. So let me click that. Okay, yeah, it's found. One license found. Yep, that's great. Okay. The ICO check, one click ICO to check with the Information Commissioner's office. Click that, and it takes a while, the ICO website. And it's loaded in. Yep, we can see that's correct. 7 Shotley Bridge. Great. Latio Surveillance Limited. And it expires 21st of March. So that'll need renewing soon. Okay, we also do a VAT check, VAT check, so let's click here. Right, that runs through. Yes, he's got a valid VAT number, and that's Latio Surveillance, Shotley Bridge. Great. Okay, that's all looking okay so far. We've got his address here. We've got his social media info across the bottom, so let's do a quick check on that. Let's check his Twitter. Okay, that's looking good. That looks like his Twitter. Let's close this. Great. Okay, and as you can see here, we have all the information. We have his driving license number. We have what languages he speaks. Okay, health information. Single click to check his medical records. Yep, great. And also dental records. Yep, great. Okay, so now here we can check his references. Yep, Dave Halford's mechanic, great. Evidence. As you can see, that I've uploaded the file for the SIA badge, so I'm going to click that, and it should open up, so we can view his SIA badge. Yep, that's great. It's all working. If we're happy with this evidence, see where it says verified, we can go yes, we're happy with that, verify that. Okay. Second one, driver's license, I'm happy with that, verify that. And I'm going to leave the last one to verify. Employment, we can check that. HM Forces, yep. Qualifications, and he's uploaded a qualification, let's click that. Yep, that's come through. And education, okay. So now we can get a good overview of his profile. If we want to do a single SIA check and keep a record of it, what we do is this button on the right hand side, we just click that. That goes away and does an SIA check, and there we go, and now it's been added to the database, so we can always come back and view that. Great, so I'm happy with that. He's got 100% profile progress. I'm going to accept him, and I'll confirm that. Great. Okay, now if we go to operators, all operators, Mark should be in the list of operators now. And there he is, Mr. Mark Thompson. Great. What I'm going to do now is add a task to the system and allow Mark to join that task. Okay, so to add a task, we click on tasks on the left hand side and click add task. From here we can select the client, and the client is Peacock Beecham Solicitors. I'm going to give a task reference number of SURV-001. We can make that up. Now we've selected Peacock Beecham Solicitors, the task location information is automatically changed to the location of the client. We can change that ourselves, but just for demo purposes I'm going to leave it as it is. Under task title I'm going to call this SURV test, and the task description is okay, just an example, and the requirements, and I'm going to put the start date as the 22nd of the 11th, and it's 2017. Okay, I'm going to put the task length as a 3-day task. Now sector selection, what we do here is we pick the sectors. It will check the database for all the people who are trained in these sectors, so I'm going to pick surveillance, and I'm going to pick private investigation. Obviously if we press select all, that will move everybody across, so they will be contacted, but I'm going to unselect all, and I'm just going to select one person. I'm going to select Mark Thompson, because he has the demo mobile set to his account, and he will receive an email and a text message to see if he's available for the position. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click submit, and that will submit the job. Okay, so you can see there our new task has just been added, SURV test, and we should be getting a text message coming through. And there we go, and if we click it, that should take us through. So now if we click the link in the text message, that will take us through to an apply for position page. There we go. Okay, so now if we go into the task itself, we can see we've had no applicants, but if I click apply for position on the text, that'll come through, application accepted, and we can see, yep, there we go, there's Mark Thompson come through, and he's applied by mobile device. Okay, so now that Mark has accepted that he wants to apply for the position, we can see all of these applicants, but next stage we want to do is we want to shortlist the candidate. We want to add him to the job, so we've got a roster of team members, and then what we can do is we can allocate him to the operation. When we allocate him to the operation, he gets full access to all of the mission critical information. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shortlist him. I'm going to choose him from a list of candidates there, Mark Thompson. I'm going to add him to the task. There we go. Add. Okay. So now you can see he's lit up. So now we know he's been shortlisted. If we click shortlist PDF, this will create a PDF file of all the shortlisted candidates. That's in case we need to provide that to the client. So if I click that, there we go. We've got an automatically generated PDF file, which just gives them a basic rundown of the candidate. It doesn't provide any identifiable information. It just gives them the basic info that's required for the job so they can pick the candidate. Now he's been added as an applicant. I'm pretty happy. I want to add Mark to the team. So what I do is I add applicant. It only lets me pick Mark Thompson because he's the only shortlisted candidate, and then I will click add. Right, now Mark has moved from the applicants into the successful team, but he's not on the job. This is used for RST teams, or if you need to move people around on a job. So if they're currently allocated, that means they're currently on the job. They can view the mission critical information. If you want to move them off the job, say for a couple of months while they're just in the background but they want to come back to the job in the future, you can just unallocate them from the team. So what I'm going to do is, for demonstration purposes, I'm going to move Mark Thompson onto the currently allocated team. This will allow him to view all of the information. So let's allocate him. No team members have been added to the task. So on the right hand side we click add team member, and team member Mark Thompson, and he is going to be team leader. And we're going to pick a shift colour because we're going to be rotating in shift patterns, and he can be a nice pink colour. I'm going to give him call sign Mike. Here's a list of vehicles. I haven't added a vehicle to him, so I'm just going to pick. He's driving Emma Frost's BMW. I'm going to save those changes. Okay, so we can see here Mr. Mark Thompson, team leader, vehicle registration number of the BMW he's driving is there, and his contact number. Okay, if we click the vehicle registration number, that'll take us through to check to make sure that it's taxed and MOT'd. Yep, that's taxed and MOT'd. And I'm going to go back. Okay, now we've added him to the team. He can log in and view all operational data, which is what I'm going to demonstrate next. I'm just going to quickly run through the brief sheet and the shift rotors. So on the right hand side we've got operation information, and the brief sheet, if we click, we've got Mark Thompson as the team. We haven't added any individuals, any vehicles or buildings under the subject. We've got nothing on the ground map because we haven't added any buildings or individuals into the brief sheet. Obviously this would all be completed before the job went live, but I'm just going to leave that blank for now. So let's go back. Okay, and then obviously we've got the shift rotor where we can choose an operator and choose the shift times and add them to the calendar. I'm just going to add one quickly here. So this is he's working mornings, and he's working on Tuesday the 21st at 4 AM until the 21st at 10 AM. I'm going to add that shift. Okay, and now we can see he's got a future shift starting on Tuesday at 4, ending at Tuesday at 10, and the title is mornings. Okay, so if we go back and then we click into the shift calendar, this will allow us view all of the shifts that are currently running, and we've only got the 4 AM Mark Thompson shift there. Okay, let's go back. You've got travel information, operation maps, operation reports, media, expenses, invoices, final reports. This section shows the images, videos that the client can see, the client reports that have been filed, any invoices you've provided to the client, and any destruction certificates you've provided to the client. What I'm going to do now is run through the travel information. The travel information allows you to put a travel checklist in for the operators to view. You can add booking information, travel insurance documentation, visa and work permits, and flights. You can search by airport. The system has over 7,000 airports included. So if we type in Heathrow, there we go, London Heathrow. It even has the airport code, so you make sure you get the right one. If we type in London, obviously there's a lot of London. There's London City, London Gatwick. These are stored in the database. It includes every military and civilian airport in the world, and this can be added so the guys on the operation know exactly when the flight is. They've got the work permits, they have the travel insurance and the booking information if they are ever abroad. Okay, we've got the operator reports. This is where we can create and file reports with the operators, but we won't go into too much detail with this at the moment. Media, miscellaneous documents, any expense the guys in the field want to upload, their end invoices, and all this is calculated across the top. Any expenses, the staffing costs, any amount received from the client, and gives you a total overview of the current job. But currently at the moment I'm happy with this, and I'm going to mark this job as active. Job status has been changed to active. Okay, now that is now viewable from Mark Thompson's login. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log out from here, from the administrator. I'm going to log in as Mark using the operator login, and I'm going to show you what the operator sees. Okay, so now we're back at the login screen for the operator, and I'm going to log in as Mark. Okay, I'll put his email and his password in, click sign in. There we go, we're logged into the operator dashboard. Now if I click shift calendar, there's the shift where I'm on. I can check this week. Yep, on mornings 4 till 10. Okay, if I click operations, you can see this is now available to me. This active job, because I've been selected as a current team member, this job is available to me. So if I click into this job, you can see the background's watermarked. This page has got copyright protection, so if I press the print screen button or try and press control and copy, so first thing I'm going to do is run a control and copy test to see if I can copy this information and see what happens. Press control and the C button. Whoop, you've been tracked. Trying to copy or screenshot information from the system. An administrator has been notified. This is your final warning. So I've been notified. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to open up a notepad quickly, and I'm going to paste in what I've just copied. You can see here it's blocked what I've just copied from the website, and it's overwritten the clipboard with "please do not screenshot or copy any information from this website. An admin has been notified of your intent, and this is your final warning." So that has been copied to the clipboard, so the information I've just copied has been destroyed and has been replaced with a copy warning. Okay, so I'm going to close that. Now I'm going to log back in again as Mark. Okay, so I'm going to go back into the operations. I'm going to click into it. I'm going to go back into the brief sheet, and you can see this is watermarked with my name and the current time. And if I, for instance, let's try and press the print screen button to try and screenshot it. Oh, I've been kicked out again. The admin's been notified once again. So I've just logged into the administration side just to show you that we've had 2 notifications of copy protection warning from Mark Thompson. So we can see he was trying to copy this task brief sheet. For demonstration purposes, this account will not be blocked, but in a real live environment, 2 attempts, recurring attempts, will end in a ban for the user. Okay, so if I go back to operations, you can see I can view all the mission critical information, but I just cannot make a copy of it without the administration being notified. What this does is this prevents the requirement for sending mission critical information by email or printing it out and giving it to people. There's no need to send personal information via unsecured methods. This reduces the risk of unauthorized personnel receiving operational data by mistake and things like that. It also logs out within 10 minutes, so if a device is left somewhere, the device will automatically log out within 10 minutes and require a password to gain access to the information. So we've come to the end of the demo now. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.